finding a standing position on our mat. Your feet can come about hips distance apart. Let's press down into the heels, press down into the big toes, and then wiggle your toes. Let's find the outside edges of the feet. Press that down as well. Soft bend at the knees, roll the shoulders down and back. We'll take 4 deep breaths from here. It's an inhale to breathe in through your nose, fill the body up with air. Think about expanding through the rib cage from side to side and front to back. And then exhale out, let everything go. Good. For 3 more, big inhale. And then exhale out, let it go. Good. For 2. Good, and then last one, big inhale. And then exhale out, let everything go. Good, we're gonna build off of that just a little bit, taking an inhale, bending at the knees, reaching the arms up overhead, and then exhaling to press the hands back down by the hips. For 3 more, bend the knees, reach the arms up. Good, exhale, press the hands right back down. We'll go for 2. And then last one. Good. With that last exhale, let's take the feet out just a little bit wider. Inhale, we bend at the knees, reach the arms up and around overhead, pressing down into the heels, slight tuck of the tailbone under. Can you reach the hands up a little bit higher? Good. Exhale, we'll hinge forward at the hips, reaching the hands down towards the mat. If you need a little bit of a bend at the knees, take it there for sure. We'll inhale, lift up about halfway in the upper body, rolling the shoulders down and back, finding a flat back. Exhale, you come back down to forward fold. We'll inhale, bend at the knees, coming down into a deep squat, as deep as is comfortable. That's the key. Pressing into the heels, we'll press the legs back up to straight. And then inhale, we take a slow roll all the way up to stand. We'll do that 3 more times when you're ready. Pressing into the heels, bending at the knees, reaching the arms up and around. Maybe you pause for a second. Maybe you don't. You'll exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, hands come down towards the mat, a little bend at the knees. We'll inhale, lift up about halfway, roll the shoulders down and back, flat back. Exhale, come back down to forward fold. Inhale, bend at the knees. Exhale, press the hips back up. And then inhale, slowly roll all the way back up to stand. Good. For 2 more, we reach the arms up and around. Woo. You'll exhale, hinge at the hips, find a forward fold, hands come down. Inhale as you lift up about halfway in the upper body. Exhale, bring it back down to forward fold. Inhale, bend at your knees, nice deep squat. Good. Exhale, press into the heels, press the hips up, 2 straight legs, and then slowly roll yourself back up to stand. 1 more like that. Whew. Good. Hinge at the hips, reach down towards the mat. Good. We inhale, lift up about halfway. Exhale as you come back down to forward fold. Inhale, bend at the knees. Exhale, press the hips right back up. Slowly we roll ourselves up to stand. Slow, slow, slow. Good, and then once you get there, let's walk the feet out a little bit wider than the hips. I'm gonna go like definitely wider than the hips. Left hand's going to come to your hip. Right arm is going to reach up and overhead. Your hip goes over towards the right. Your arm goes over towards the left, opening up from hip to rib cage. Exhale, you come up through center. Same thing on the other side. Right hand comes to the hip. Left arm goes up and over. Good, we'll take things back up. Let's do 1 more each side for good measure. Over to the left with the right arm. We'll come up through center, and then we go over to the right. Good. When you're ready, everything is coming up through center. Your feet are going to walk in just a little bit, taking things about hips distance apart. And when you're ready, we go right into some squats. You inhale, bend at the knees, lower down to squat. Exhale, press down into your heels, come right back up. It's an inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Now, I told you in our last standing workout, we were going to be working on some balancing today. Okay, we've kind of worked through a couple things with our standing classes, right? We did both feet on the ground to kind of get our bearings here, get our bearings with pace. We did a lunge focus, right? To kind of get used to shifting our weight, right? And now we're gonna balance, okay? When you're ready, we'll start to add on to this. If you wanna stay here longer, stay here longer. Okay, next time you stand up out of that squat, you press down into the left heel, you're going to lift the right leg up. Inhale, right foot comes down, you take it back down into your squat. Okay, you stand in that left leg, right leg lifts. Good. Now you can do whatever works best for your balance with your hands. For me, I like to move them around a little bit. So I like to take my hands to my chest as I lower, and then hands out to my sides as I stand things up. That's just what feels best for me. Okay, but hands at the hips works great. Hands up at the chest works great too. Okay, and then your pace is up to you. I'd say especially right here, it's easy to pick up the pace, right? Not easy to do it, but you'll feel yourself wanting to pick up the pace a little bit. Good. All right, we'll keep it moving. Let's go for 4. Good, for 3, 2. Last one, you're going to stand into that left leg, reach the right leg out, flex your foot, and then we're just gonna pull the right leg in, reach it right back out. You thought I was gonna say pulses, didn't you? Bring it in, press it out. Good, bring it in, press it out, there you go. Okay, we're going for about 6 more. If you need to reach for something around you for some extra support, go ahead and reach for something. Light touch of the fingertips. Okay, for 4. Good, for 3. Last one, right foot comes in, you come back down to squat, and we'll just reset through center. Inhale, bend at the knees. Exhale, press into the heels, come right back up. It's a lower and a lift. Good. Awesome. Good, and again, you just find that pace that works for you. If at any point things become too much, you're always more than welcome to come back into this squat. This is a good baseline movement, right? It's good to keep that momentum going, but give you something that's a little bit more manageable, right? Especially if you feel like, no, I don't know if I can handle that right now. You come back here, and that's perfectly okay. All right, on this next one, let's add on. We stand up, shift into the right leg, lift the left. Left foot comes down, we find our squat. Good. There you go. Now for me, I kind of go in between a pointed and a flexed foot as my foot lifts off of the ground. I just find that works best for me. I think usually what I've found in doing stuff down on the mat, I'll default to a pointed toe when I'm down on the mat. I think when I get up into standing, I literally cannot decide. So I kind of like a flexed foot. Pointed toe just feels like a little bit too much effort. That's just me. Let's go for 4 more. It's 4, 3, 2. Last one, you stand in the right leg. Whoa, lift the left leg up, hold it right there. We're pulling the left leg in to meet the right. Reaching it right back out. Good, bring it in. Reach it out. Good. And then reach. Let's go for 6. Good. For 5. 4. Whoa. For 3. 2. And then last one. Good, left foot comes back out. Again, we're resetting through center. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, stand it up. Pressing down into your heels. Soft little squeeze of the glutes up at the top. Lower and lift. Good. Now for this one, I'm gonna flip this way. Just keep moving through this squat. Lower and lift. Checking in with your form. I have a tendency to arch at my back, so I always notice that's the thing that happens right away as I go into a squat. If you're like that too, can you find a way to tuck your tailbone under, send the hips back, and then bend at your knees? Good. Okay, we're gonna add on right here. This time, instead of kicking out to the side, we're going to kick back. So you'll stand up into that left leg, kick the right leg back, bring it back down. Stand and kick, bring it in. And it will probably be a really tiny kick. That's all I'm looking for. I want you to squeeze that glute. Initiate the movement from your hip. Good. Again, pointed toe or flexed foot. It doesn't really matter. I think here a flexed foot might help you to connect a little bit deeper into your hamstring and your glute. So if you want to try that, try that. Good. For 4, it's 3. Good. For 2, last one, we stand in the left leg. You reach that right leg back behind you. We lift and lower. It's really tiny lift. Good. A lift. Perfect. 6. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, right foot comes down, you go back into your squats. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press into the heels, you stand right back up. Lower and lift, lower and lift, and you just keep it moving like this. You check in with your body. Is this the right pace for you right now? Could you go a little bit faster? Could you maybe slow it down a little bit and connect deeper into your muscles? Good. Let's go on this next one. We'll add on lifting that left leg, pressing into the right heel, lifting the left leg back, bringing it in. Stand and lift, pull it down. Stand and lift, bring it down. If you've been with me a long time, this series is one that we have definitely done before. I would go so far as to say probably twice before at a minimum. It's one of my favorites. It's a really good one with a resistance band as well, if you do that around the calves. Fun, right? For 4, for 3, 2, last one, you stand into your right leg, you reach that left leg back, we lift and lower. Good. Can you lift the left leg without arching your back? Good. All right, we're going for 6. Whoop. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, left foot comes down. We're just going to step out through the legs. Okay, there we go. Series 1, done and dusted. If you need a second, you need a drink of water, you're going to grab it. Okay, that's perfectly fine with me. For this next series, we're going to come over towards, actually no, let's stay towards the center of our mat to think about how this is going to go. We're going to do some side bending. Let's press down into the left heel, take your left hand to your hip, and then cross the right leg back behind you. Let's see, I'm gonna have to go right here. Okay, we've got a little bend at the left knee just so that we can move. Your hips are slightly opened up towards that right corner of your room, and we'll reach the right arm up overhead. It's gonna feel like a nice stretch, probably. When you're ready, you're just gonna pull the arm in, back through center. We reach it out, and then bring it in. And we'll build off of this. If you'd like to stay here, if you feel good in the stretch, stay right here. Okay, if you're ready to do more, we're gonna do more, and I want you to feel like you have a pretty good support through that left foot, okay? When you're ready, we're reaching out and back, pressing into the left heel. You're going to take that right leg up off of the mat, pull the knee towards the elbow. Inhale, everything reaches back out. Good, exhale, we bring it in. Inhale, you cross back and behind. I feel like my head is getting cut off, maybe just the top of my head. We did this one maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago now in the Reformer on the Mat series, if you remember. If you were not with me, that's okay. Let's go for 3 more. It'll be 3. Whew, get your bearings. This is going to be 2. I have a really hard time balancing on this side, I say, until we see what happens on the second side. This will be our last one. We bring it in. You'll reach everything out and then take things up through center. Same thing on the other side. Right foot's going forward if you need a little shake out. Sometimes that can be a little bit funky. That's why we're going right into the other side. Right foot goes forward, a little bend at the knee. Left foot's going to cross back behind you. Okay, get stable right here and then take your right hand to your hip. Reach that left arm up overhead. Ooh, and it might feel different from side to side. That's very normal. When you're ready, we're just coming back up through center, pulling the left arm down. We reach up and over. Good, and then take things back in. Let's do that 3 more times. Good. Okay, on this one we add on. If you're feeling it, you press down into that right heel. We take the left foot up off of the mat. You're going to pull the knee towards the elbow. Oop, maybe they touch. If you're like me, they probably don't. We reach that left arm out, reach the left leg back, press into the right heel, pull things together.
Remember, Pilates practice, not a Pilates perfect, right? And that is both for you and for me, right? Not every day is going to be perfect. That's okay. I try my best for you, right? I try to perform. This is an acting job. Just kidding. We'll go for 3 more. This will be 3. Like, I know it's time to move on when I get weird. Good. This will be 2. And then last one. Good. What did I say? The first side was my harder side to balance. I take it back. It's this one. With that last one, everything comes in. You're just really casually marching out through the legs, taking a second, taking a breath. When you're ready, now we're going to walk over towards the right edge of our mat. Take a moment. We'll take the left leg. You're going to step the left leg out, come down into your lateral lunge, and then pull things back over towards the right. We step out and lower down, and then take things right back in. We lower and take it home. Good. And you'll keep moving like this. The tricky part right here is that we want to use enough momentum that we can get back up to stand, not so much that we pull all the way over towards the right. Right, so it's walking that fine line. Good. If you'd like to do a little bit more, let's add on some rotation. Taking the right hand, you'll reach it down towards the outside of the left foot and then pull things in. We're just going to keep building off of this. Now I'm keeping my left hand at my shoulder just because that's what makes sense for me. If you want to do more, you could reach that left arm back as well. For me, it gets a little bit too complicated and my shoulders are just, they don't like it. Good. If you're ready to add on a little bit more, let's do it right here. We step out. You're going to shift your weight into the right foot, lift the left knee up. Right? Okay, we step out and then we pull it in, right? There we go. Now the mean thing is that I just made you balance on your right leg and now I'm asking you to do it again. But I feel confident that you can do it. Let's go for 4 more. It's 4. For 3. For 2. And then last one, you're pulling up, standing on that right leg, little bend at the knee. Oh my gosh, okay. Little bend at the knee. Your left knee is lifted, hands can come to your hips or wherever you best feel like you can balance, okay? We're taking that left foot, you're going to tap the toes down and then exhale, lift the knee, bring it back up. We lower down and then lift up for 4 more. I hope you can't hear Tyler. I don't think you can. That's why I'm talking. For 2. And then last one. Good. We're going to step the left foot out, take a second, take a breath, walk out through the legs. And then when you're ready, we're walking over towards the left side of our mat. Feet come together. It's the same exact thing. Taking your right leg when you're ready. I'm not ready. Are you? If you're ready, you go right into it. If you're with me, we take a second. Okay? Right foot's going to step out. We sit down and back into our hip. You find that lateral lunge. Exhale, shifting your weight into that left side. You come back up through center. We go down and then take it up. Good. We go down and up. Now remember, we're adding onto this, or we're building off of this. So if you want to stay right here, if this is where you feel the most comfortable, stay right here. Okay? If the weight transfer is something that you're working on, work on it. All right? If you're ready, let's do some rotation, reaching the left hand towards the outside of the right foot and then pulling back in. Maybe swinging that right arm back. You could totally do that. On this side, it feels a little bit more unnatural for me. Good. Good. There you go. And it doesn't have to be a huge step out. See if you can really step into that same spot every single time as you step out with your right foot. Good. If you're ready, let's add on the balance element. We're going down and back to the right, shifting weight into the left foot, lifting the right knee up. Good. What did I mean? This is my harder side to balance. I'm having a grand old time. Good. Good, and you just keep going like that. If the rotation's not for you, hands can stay at the hips. If the balancing isn't for you, don't do it, right? Don't worry about it. There's a reason I have that chair there today, right? It's because I'm going too far. Let's go for 4 more. 4. I think the rotation maybe helps me. For 3. Nope. for 2. And then last one, we're coming up through center, balancing on that left foot. However you need to get here, you're going to get here. You're pressing into the big toe, the pinky toe, and the heel of your foot. Hands can come to your hips. Right knee is lifted. You're going to tap the right toes down. Exhale, lift the knee in line with the hip. You lower and lift for 6 more. Lower and lift. Can you pull from your lower abs instead of just your hip flexor? For me, it's feeling like maybe not. 4, 3, good, for 2, last one. Good, right foot comes down, take a second. You're stepping out through the legs. Take a breath. Okay, we're doing really, really good. I know balancing it's tough and it's a lot of work, right? It is a lot of work, okay? So just take a second. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a break. Bring yourself towards the back edge of your mat, wherever you want that to be. Feet go about hips distance apart. We'll inhale, bend at the chair. We'll inhale, bend at the knees, circle the arms up and around overhead. Exhale as you dive down towards the mat. Good, hands come down to your mat. You walk yourself out to plank. Good, shoulders on top of wrists. If you'd like to drop your knees down, drop your knees down. If you're feeling good on the toes, I love that for you. Let's take a big inhale. Exhale out as you let things go. Good, and then inhale, start to walk hands in towards the feet. Whoa, anchor the heels down. Take that slow roll all the way up to stand. If you feel like I'm being especially weird in this video, I don't think I am. I think it's normal, right? You guys know me a little bit better at this point. Okay, final series right here. We're going to continue to stand, obviously. Feet are going to go about hips distance apart. We'll shift over into our right leg. Pressing into the heel, it's a little bend at the knee, and then maybe you take your hands to your hips. If you have something around you that you can reach for it, okay? We're taking the left leg. You're going to kick it out towards, like, if there were a box around your feet, the top left corner, okay? With your left leg, you're going to draw a little arc so that your foot comes in front of you, and then draw that same arc so your foot comes to your side. We go out in front, out and around, out in front, out and around, and you keep moving like that. See, it's so, so tiny. If you can drag your toe across the mat so you still feel like you have a point of contact with the mat. That'll probably help most with your balance. If you'd like to, you can hover your foot away from the mat. See how that goes. Let's go for 4 more. It's 4. It's kind of like our rainbows, right? We go for 3, for 2, and then last one. Your left foot's going to find that top left corner of the box. Little circles for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse for 6, 5, 3, 2, and 1. Left foot comes down. Take a second, take a breath. We're shifting our weight into our left side, tucking the tailbone, bending at the knee, reaching your right foot towards that top right corner of the box, okay? When you're ready, it's just that little semicircle. Right foot comes in front, right foot goes to the side. Right foot comes in front, right foot goes to the side, okay? And when I say semicircle, I mean it's really a quarter of a circle. More of a rainbow, honestly. I should call this a rainbow. Okay, same things we talked about on the first side. If you can drag your toe across the mat, that'll be helpful, right? Because you have an extra point of contact there with the mat. It'll help you to feel a little bit more stable. Maybe not totally stable, but a little bit more. If you'd like to, and your body's gonna let you, maybe you can hover your right foot off of the mat. Good, it's a big maybe, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. We've talked about this so much. Pilates practice, not Pilates perfect. Let's just go for 3 more. It's 3. See how my hips are pulling me around? We want to try and eliminate that. It's hard. It's hard. Okay, but this is our last standing workout. Okay, right foot comes in front of you. You're still bent a little bit at that left knee. It's 6 tiny circles. You go 6, 5, 4, 3, oh my God, for 2, and 1, reverse direction, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, And 1. Right foot comes in, and then make your way towards the back edge of your mat. Feet go about hips distance apart. I'm not going to make that mistake again by bumping into my chair. Big inhale, bend at the knees, reach the arms up and around. Exhale as you dive down towards the mat. Hands will come down, you'll walk it on out to plank, shoulders over the wrist. Maybe you squeeze the legs together, maybe you drop to the knees. We're holding 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop down to the knees, untuck your toes, press your hips to your heels, find a child's pose. Good. I find all of those little those little hair elastics all over my carpet. That tells you how many of them have broken on me. It's a wild amount. Good. When you're ready, we're pulling forward to tabletop, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're tucking the toes under. Big exhale, lift the knees, and then press the hips up and back. Press the legs to straight. Woo, good. When you're ready, start to walk your hands in towards your feet. Anchor the heels down. Take a slow roll all the way up to stand. Restacking shoulders on top of hips, lifting the crown of the head up. Once you get there, let's take it towards the center of our mat. Just start off with a little bit of marching, right? Doesn't have to be beautiful. Your balance doesn't have to be on point. That's okay. We're done with the balancing part, right? So if this is a little bit wobbly, that's fine. Totally fine. Good. When you're ready right here, we're just going to shift our weight over into that right foot. We start to draw circles with that left leg. Lifting the left knee up, you're going to circle out and around for 3. Good. For 2. Last 1. And then we reverse. You lift the knee up and around, pull it in. You're going for 3. If you need something for support, reach for it. For 2. And then last one, my hips are unhappy with me. Left foot goes down, same thing on the right. We lift the right knee up, you're circling out and around. You're going for 3 more, it's 3. Good, I'm like looking in the viewfinder, everything looks off a little bit. I just had to change my battery. 2. And 1. Don't you hate it when that happens? No, I'm just kidding. Reverse direction, we go for 3. Oh, sorry, we go 4 total. For 3. For 2. And then last one. Good. Right foot comes down. I'm going to flip this way, but you can stay facing this towards me for sure. Hands go down by your hips. Left foot goes in front of you. Right foot stays behind. Put a little bend at that right knee. We're inhaling to hinge at the hips, reaching the hands down towards the left foot. I'm going to call it a scoop. And then you reach, come up to stand, switch out the feet. Left foot down, right foot forward. We hinge at the hips, you scoop. And lift for 3 more each side. Left foot forward, we scoop. And lift. And then on the left side, oh my gosh, the right side, we scoop and lift. You guys know by now, like right and left gets really tricky for me, especially because I'm mirroring you guys. And I honestly don't think it would be any easier if I weren't mirroring you guys. Last one. Good. With that last one, everything is coming through center. Again, it's going to be a balancing stretch. If you need support, reach for it. Right foot goes down. We're going to bend at the left knee, reach back for your foot, pulling heel towards the hip, straightening out through the front of the leg. Why did I say leg so weird? Front of the leg. Good. We're holding right here for 3, 2, and 1. We're taking the left foot down, same thing on the right, pressing down into the left heel, get your bearings there. We bend at the right knee, reaching back for the foot. Good. Again, this is a really good one to do laying all the way down on the mat with your belly down and then bending the knee, reaching back with either your hand or a yoga strap. Really nice one, especially if you feel like you're not quite here yet, that's okay. Good. When you're ready, just take that right foot down. I'll flip back towards you guys. Walk your feet out a little bit wider than the hips. Let's take the left hand to the hip. Reach that right arm up overhead. Nice big side body stretch. Good. We'll press up through center. Same thing over to the right. Right hand to the hip, left arm up and over. Good. 1 more each side. We're going to the left, reaching up through the right arm. Woo! Pressing up through center. And then we go over to the right. Good. Everything will come up, and then we take 1 final big inhale, reach the arms up and around. Exhale, we can hinge at the hips as you find a forward fold. Hands come down. Whew, maybe you bend a little bit at the knees. Maybe you take the hands off of the mat. You can sway a little bit side to side. Awesome. And then when you're ready, it's a slow roll so that you come all the way up to stand. We'll restack the shoulders on top of hips. You'll lift the crown of the head up. And then once you get right here, you can bring the feet together, take any other stretches you feel like you need, but you're finished with me for today. Hopefully you enjoyed this workout. If you did, as always, please let me know down in the comments. Remember, you're awesome. You can do anything you put your mind to, and I will see you back here tomorrow.
I just can't resist you. You got me thinking like